You know that feeling when your heart does this tiny flip every time you see someone? That warm rush that catches you off guard? I bet you've been noticing it more and more lately. Maybe it's the way their entire face just lights up the second you walk into a room, like sunshine breaking through clouds. Or how they always find some small excuse to text you first, just to say hello. Those conversations that never really end. They just pause until you pick them right back up again. And late at night, when it's quiet and you're alone with your thoughts, you've probably asked yourself 100 times, is this real, or am I imagining things? Here's what I've learned after years of watching people navigate these delicate moments. Most people won't just come out and tell you what they want. It feels too vulnerable, too scary. Instead, they show you through dozens of tiny gestures, little acts of care repeated so often they create an unmistakable pattern. I'm Claire Morgan, and today I want to walk you through the exact signs that tell you someone isn't just being friendly. They're actually waiting, hoping you'll be brave enough to make the first move. Whether this is someone you just met, or someone you've known forever but never been quite sure about, by the time we're done here, you'll know if it's time to step forward, wait a bit longer, or walk away with your dignity intact. Let's talk about something crucial first. There's a massive difference between someone liking you and someone inviting you in. Someone can think you're absolutely wonderful and still never create an opening for you. Maybe they're painfully shy. Maybe past heartbreak left them cautious. Maybe they simply don't know how to show their feelings without feeling exposed. Attraction alone just tells you there's a spark. It doesn't tell you they're ready for you to act on it. But an invitation? That's different. An invitation is a series of deliberate actions that carve out a space specifically for you. It's effort shown consistently. It's small moments engineered to bring you closer. It's like they're leaving gaps in their life and silently hoping you'll fill them. When someone truly wants you to make a move, they're not just enjoying your company. They're building bridges and praying you'll notice them. This distinction matters enormously. Everything I'm about to share focuses on finding those bridges and open doors, not just fleeting smiles or pleasant conversations. Keep that framework in mind. The first thing to watch is how often they find reasons to be near you. Notice how frequently coincidences seem to happen. They mention an event and somehow you both end up there. They need help with something small, and you're the only person they ask. They suggest grabbing food after an activity even though they weren't hungry minutes before. Individually, these moments seem insignificant. Together, they tell a clear story. People create proximity to what they value. If someone keeps engineering situations where you end up in the same space, it's intentional. Being near you has become the highlight of their day, and they're hoping that closeness will finally give you the courage to close that small distance they've left open. Pay attention to who initiates contact. Maybe in the beginning you carried most conversations. Then something shifts. They start texting first. They share random bits of their day because they want to hear from you. They comment on your posts more than before. Every first message requires a small act of bravery. They risk you not responding or seeming uninterested. If they keep taking that risk, you've become worth it. Look at response time and quality. Speed matters, but so does substance. Some people are glued to their phones and respond quickly to everyone. Others take hours with most people, but answer you immediately. Compare how they treat your messages versus others. Fast replies mean you're important enough to interrupt whatever they're doing. Thoughtful, lengthy responses show they're genuinely considering what you said. When both happen consistently, talking to you isn't just convenient, it's a priority. Sometimes they'll message you for absolutely no reason. Not about plans or logistics, just a song that reminded them of something you said, or a funny picture that only makes sense because of your shared jokes. These messages serve one purpose: maintaining connection. When someone reaches out constantly without any practical reason, it's significant. You're occupying mental space that ordinary friends don't get. They remember details you barely remember sharing. Our brains don't retain everything we hear. We remember what matters. If they recall how you take your coffee from a conversation months ago, or your childhood pet's name mentioned once in passing, that's not accidental. Their mind is marking you as important. When someone brings up something you said casually weeks earlier, pay close attention. That kind of retention only happens when someone is mentally invested in you. The questions get more personal over time. Surface-level chat about weather or work is safe and costs nothing. But questions about your family, dreams, fears, and what you really want from life require vulnerability. If they're digging deeper, trying to understand the real you, they're not killing time. They're assessing compatibility, imagining futures, seeing if your worlds could merge. People don't get that curious without romantic interest. Watch for subtle attempts to determine if you're available. They might not ask directly if you're single. Instead, they'll ask about weekend plans to see if someone else is mentioned. They'll bring up their own past relationships to prompt you to share yours. A mutual friend might suddenly ask about your dating life. These aren't random inquiries. When someone needs to know if there's room for them in your life, they'll find ways to investigate without full exposure. They bring up dating and relationships when you're together, testing the waters. They might describe what they want in a partner or ask your thoughts on love. It's a way of revealing feelings without direct confession. If romantic topics keep surfacing in your one-on-one conversations, it's rarely accidental. They're hoping you'll take the hint and share your feelings first. Notice physical proximity and casual touch. A hand on your arm when they laugh, a light touch on your back guiding you through a doorway, sitting closer than necessary. Individually explainable, as a pattern, unmistakable. People don't repeatedly find reasons for physical closeness unless they crave it. It's a quiet way of testing your comfort level. If you don't pull away, they feel safer moving forward. In group settings, watch who gets their attention. Where they sit, who they look at first upon entering, who they gravitate toward in conversation even with multiple options available. If they consistently choose you in a crowded room, that speaks volumes. Even surrounded by people, you're who they're seeking. They carve out time despite busy schedules. How we spend our limited time reveals our priorities. If someone with a packed life consistently finds an hour for you, that's meaningful. People don't make room in overwhelmed days for low priorities. When they put you at the top of their list despite exhaustion, you matter deeply. Their face when they first see you tells the truth before their mind can censor it. A bright, immediate smile, eyes that widen slightly, posture that straightens. That initial reaction is nearly impossible to fake. If they light up every time you appear, it's genuine happiness. Their heart speaks before their brain intervenes. Playful teasing and inside jokes create intimacy. Kind teasing says, "I know you well enough for this." Inside jokes are a private language excluding everyone else. These build a world that belongs only to you two. People create this dynamic when they feel special connection. They engineer opportunities to be alone with you. Group hangouts feel safe. One-on-one time is vulnerable, removing the buffer of others. If they keep creating situations where it's just you two, like extended conversations after everyone leaves, or suggesting solo activities, they're making space for something deeper to develop. They drop hints about future activities, planting seeds. They mention a movie they want to see or a restaurant they want to try, then wait to see if you'll suggest going together. It's a low-risk invitation. If you don't respond, they can pretend it was casual commentary. If they keep doing this, they're definitely hoping you'll turn hints into plans. Watch for brief disappointment when hints go unnoticed. If you miss an opening they created, their face might fall slightly. Energy might dip momentarily. That flash of letdown reveals the hint wasn't casual. They genuinely wanted you to step through that door, and your missing it stung. Why don't they just say it directly? Because confession feels terrifying. It opens them to rejection, which hurts immensely. Hints allow testing without full emotional exposure. If you're not interested, they can retreat and pretend nothing happened. Past hurt makes people cautious. If they've been burned before, they're waiting for clear signals from you that it's safe to be open. It doesn't mean weaker feelings, just understandable self-protection. Make sure you're not misreading friendliness. Some people are warm with everyone. The distinction lies in differential treatment. Do they act this way with everyone or specifically with you? If their warmth is universal, that's personality. If you get special treatment others don't receive, that's meaningful. Context is everything. Observe how they interact with other friends. If you're treated uniquely, it's likely more than friendship. When you've seen these patterns consistently and tested the waters without resistance, it's time. Waiting indefinitely keeps both of you stuck in uncertainty. If the signs are there, taking one small step forward is the healthiest choice. Start with something low pressure. Suggest a casual one-on-one activity. Notice their response. Genuine excitement or sudden excuses will tell you everything. You can also shift your own behavior slightly warmer, more flirtatious eye contact, gentler teasing, and observe if they mirror it or pull back. These small tests provide clarity without requiring grand declarations. If your move works, don't panic or rush. Let things unfold naturally. If it doesn't work, honor your courage. Rejection stings, but uncertainty hurts longer. One person's no doesn't diminish your worth. It just means this wasn't the right match. So here's my simplest advice. Look for consistency. One romantic gesture means less than someone who shows up for you reliably in small ways every single week. If someone is steady, kind, and keeps returning to you, that's someone trustworthy. If you've seen that pattern, stop waiting for permission. Sometimes the only sign you need is your own courage to begin the story. I hope this has given you clarity and confidence. If this resonated with you, I'd love for you to join our community. Your support helps us keep creating content like this. Until next time, trust your instincts and be brave with your heart.